I'm in disbelief. There's like £1,000 worth of Nintendo gold here, and some of this stuff I've been after for so many years. I'm just so happy. Retro Ghetto. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's Ghetto vlog. Now, if you saw last week's vlog, you will know there's been loads of new additions, both games, toys, but also just general room improvements. We've got some fantastic signage, we've got shelves, we've got all sorts. So the objective for this week is a very simple one. We're going to try and make the 3.0 better than it's ever been, and hopefully in and amongst that we'll be able to go and find some time to do some game hunting as well. But before all of that, I have got an absolute mountain of parcels down here that need to be opened, so let's jump into that first. Right, okay, so let's get into all of this lot, shall we? Because yeah, like I say, there's loads I want to be cracking on within this room, so we're going to fly through this. The vast majority of this is eBay purchases that I've had over the past week or so. Yeah, I think it's going to be predominantly PS3 essentials. We're really getting down now towards the nitty gritty, towards the end of this set. I'll talk about it when we've got through these as to I think how many I've got left. But first one here is Thief, sealed. It's nice to add sealed ones as and when I come across them for a good price. It's not a motivation, but if it's just £1 or so more, I'll pick them up. And for the most part, these are ones now that I'm finding a bit rarer to get a hold of. But I have still been able to get hold of them for the most part in the UK. A couple of these have come from Europe, but I've still got, I think, roughly 30 that are still waiting for me in both Poland and Switzerland, which we'll have posted soon, and then we'll be really close to finally getting this full set. And if you saw Wednesday's video from the Doncaster Game Fair, you will know I added that PS3, that red one, so the cherry on top of the PS3 collection. And yeah, I think it's going to be awesome once I finally get them all done and displayed. And yeah, we'll get to all that, but this looks to be another sealed one. And that is Final Fantasy X/X2. And we're getting to that point now, guys, where a lot of these are 15 to sort of £20 games now. The days of getting games for less than £10 are long gone. And this is pretty much the last of the more affordable games. I think the rest are going to be probably considerably more expensive. This is a particularly hard one to find, in my experience. I've been discussing this with Ghetto Gang members. There's quite a few people in the Ghetto Gang Discord that are going for similar sets, or the PS3 Essentials set. And we've all been sort of like comparing what we think's the rarest and hardest ones. And to be honest, bar a few exceptions, which are clearly very difficult to find, it's kind of everybody's journey's different. You know, the hardest ones to find for each individual are the ones they find last. Some people are like, oh, I find that really on, sat in a CX, and other people are like, I can't find it anywhere. So yeah, it's still very much an individual journey, but obviously I can only talk of my experiences, and I found Max Payne 3 quite a hard one to find. I think this has come from Europe. Yeah, this is a German copy, actually. A fantastic game as well. Love this game. I think, from my experiences, that some of the European ones have got more sort of like individual text on the side. I might be wrong. Again, like you've got Thief there written in the style of the game, whereas a lot of the other ones are more sort of like boring generic writing. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. That certainly seems to be the case. But yeah, really happy to add that. It's one of my favourite games of that generation, Max Payne 3. What is this one? Another sealed game, and that is The Evil Within. So I think the reason quite a few of these are sealed is these are probably on the pricier side, and like I said, I've just got to that point where I'm struggling to find these, so I pulled the trigger on the pricier ones, which other people haven't yet bought on eBay. So yeah, The Evil Within. And the other thing we need to do, we need to go through all these at some point and clear out my existing games, because I've got a decent sized PS3 collection already, so any duplicates I need to go and trade into CEX. Okay, so I've got a sealed copy of, this is one I had to get from abroad actually, Saints Row 2. Again, in my experience, it's been a hard one to find. If you are going for your full set journey, I'd pick up a copy of Saints Row 2 as soon as you can. But yeah, nice to have a sealed copy of that one. Oh, and then we get on to my friends at Momox. I've spoken about these guys so many times on the channel. yeah, again, I had a bit of a topsy-turvy relationship with Momox, but well documented by this point. But I ordered a couple of games from these via Amazon. They mocked them as delivered like 10 days before they actually were, and then I also had some outstanding on eBay, and they sent me an email saying they had some problems with the warehouse, and I don't know what's going on with this company, but if they keep sending me legitimate essentials for games I've struggled to find, then I'm happy with that. So that is Rage. I spoke about Rage being one that wasn't on that initial list. We always knew about it, I think it just fell off the list. So yeah, a nice copy of Rage. And I think this is the last of my eBay purchases. This one. This I think is going to be, for most people, one of the harder ones to find. I actually had an eBay order with this that I paid for. It never turned up. Had to go through the whole dispute thing, and then luckily enough to find a second copy of it. This, yeah, it's one of them games that I had to pay a decent bit of money for. It's one of the most expensive ones I've bought thus far, and not one you want to be spending a lot of money on. I've loosely touched on it before as to why, but that's Saints Row the Third. So yeah, really happy to have that all as it should be with the correct disc and everything. Now, the reason this is a hard one to find is most European territories, this was Saints Row the Third full package. Quite an easy one to find, but I assume due to sort of censorship laws, obviously there's quite some controversial things in these games. I imagine certain territories excluded certain bits of content or the DLC or whatever it may be. So yeah, Saints Row the Third is part of the set for me. I don't consider it to be like a variant. I think it's its own game because there's just two versions of the game. So yeah, definitely want to pick up if you're on the full set essentials hunt sooner rather than later. So yeah, that is my eBay and probably Amazon purchases. I think there's probably a couple of Amazons in there as well. And yeah, I think once all of my orders come in, so I've got Poland and Switzerland waiting to be sent to me. I think by my last calculations, I'm 15 away from the full set. Once I get them in, we do the huge unboxing, and I get down to those final few numbers, and I'm probably struggling to find the last 10 or so. I'm going to put it out there publicly. I'm going to appeal for help. But yeah, until then, I'm still doing okay. I've got the Ghetto gang helping me source some of the ones that are harder to find. Shout out to them. Just want to interject, I forgot to do the giveaway on last week's vlog, so we'll be doing the giveaway for these PS3 essentials at the end of this video. Good luck. Right, okay, so these are gifts, I believe. Okay, so yeah, let's get into this one. Right, okay, so this has come from my friend Stu, I believe. Yeah, Ghetto gang member. This is one I've been struggling to find, but it's also one I've seen people find in CEX, so just one of them, innit, like, for me. And that's Mortal Kombat DC Universe. So shout out to you for sending this to me, mate. Thankfully, I was able to send him one of my duplicates as well. So it's always great when you can sort of help out fellow collectors. So yeah, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. I'd say one I've really struggled to find. And he's put something else in here by the looks of it. What have we got? A couple of CDs. We have got Timbaland presents Shock Value and Afro Man. Wow, not seen Afro Man for a while. So shout out to you for that, my friend. And then the last one, well, penultimate one, because we've actually got the box itself. Right, what have we got here? Okay, we have got a note. Hi Callum, just a little something for your PS3 collection. I left the Blockbuster video receipt inside, hope it brings you nostalgia. Thanks for all the amazing content. Your two boys are the same age as my boys and they love watching all your videos. Oh, bless them. Much appreciated, my friend. Take care, keep it retro, Danny. Yeah, I remember Danny reaching out to me now. He said he had something to send me. What have we got in here? Ah, okay, so this is, in my opinion, one of the best sleeve covers ever made, right? I love this sleeve cover. I already own this, so I'm sure Danny won't mind if I do this as a giveaway. I'll probably give this away on next week's vlog, so I do already have this, and that's the Bureau. I just always think it's fantastic how it's been done in this way, like an old school document, right? Where they've sort of blanked out certain information that isn't for public use. I just think it's really cool, really innovative design. Yeah, I do already own it, but much appreciated, my friend. I'll give this away in next week's vlog, so thank you very much for that. And that takes me to this big box itself. So, Friend of the channel, James Hollingshead, legend, one of the premier bodybuilders in the world. I think he came 5th at Arnold's, which is like one of the biggest bodybuilding events, so real top high-end bodybuilder, and a thoroughly nice guy. He reached out to me a few months back actually. I think he likes watching the channel, he watches the vlog, I think when he's doing his hours of cardio. Yeah, I helped sort of pass his time, and we've been chatting semi-frequently, and I think he felt sorry for me. I sent him a picture of my B&M purchase. I was between proteins. I had like a nourishment and I think some like cheap £3.50 creatine capsules, and he said, nah mate, we can do better than that. So shout out to James. He sent me some like goodies to keep me going. With me working on the Ghetto gym currently as well, that's going to inspire me to get out there a bit more. I am one of them strange people that prefer training in the winter. I prefer getting out there when it's cold and wet and wrapping up. I think in the summer it's a real sun trap out there. It actually puts me off a little bit. But yeah, massive shout out to James for this stuff. It's much appreciated. He sent me this banana whey protein. There's also a strawberry one in the house, which I've already had. And he's also sent me some creatine and Crank pre-workout. I've not had a proper pre-workout. I remember the Jack 3D days, mate. If there's any old school trainers in the watching, you'll know, right? I used to have that stuff. I think they banned it. It used to make my face tingly. But yeah, it'd give you the boost for workout, that's for sure. So massive shout out to you, James. And I'll post a link below to a viral video James did a few years ago. He went to Comic-Con as Kratos. I remember thinking at the time, oh, I feel sorry for any of the people that went as Kratos, right? When one of the best bodybuilders in the world turns up as Kratos. More jacked than Kratos himself. Yeah, fantastic video. I'll post a link to that below. If you're interested in that kind of thing, make sure you go and follow James on Instagram. He's also got a YouTube channel as well. So yeah, much appreciated for that, my friend. A top bloke as well. And yeah, I'm going to tidy up all this stuff, and then we're going to make a start on, yeah, game room improvements. Let's do it. Kick off the improvements with this bit of shelving. So I got Kev to cut me this custom sized shelf because of the newly created PlayStation 3 area here. So this is what used to house the VHS and stuff, and I got him to make me this the exact size that it can fit with those two still there. So I need to take out these Sagats, which I love these two SOTA figures, but I've just never quite been able to find a home for them in 3.0 because they're so big. They won't go in the Street Fighter shelf down there. But yeah, the shelf is in. It looks great. As I say, it does the job perfectly. So it allows me to keep these here. It sort of like gives a nice finish to the PS3 sleeved games, and also effectively creates another shelf. This will probably be like a hiding place. I'm always sort of like moving games around that I don't want you guys to see yet for future videos, and sometimes I'm constantly having to, you know, move stuff around every time I change camera position, so it'd be nice to just shove some things out of mind in here until something permanently finds a home in there. But yeah, really happy with how this little area's come together, and yeah, next job. Okay, so my next job is to find a house for this stunning Scarlet Red PS3 that I picked up at Doncaster at the weekend. My plan is to put it in this section here, and then start the essentials from there and run it along, and then, yeah, it's just a nice way to kick off the essentials collection, I think. It's a bigger job than it sounds because these games are all so tightly packed in these shelves. There's not much movement. It's quite difficult to get them in and out. So as I'm doing it, I might as well add all my new essentials additions as well. So yeah, let's crack on, let's get them all in, and yeah, should look fantastic when it's done. Right, okay, so it's in, it fits well, but you can't really see it. It seems a waste, I think. It seems very much in the shadow there. I'll try and prop it up, try and play around with it a bit, but we might have to go back to the drawing board on this one. Okay, so I found some inspiration in my third cup of Yorkshire of the day, and I just propped it up, and I think it works really well. You can see it now from all angles, and it just sort of has that nice continuation of red now all the way through. The controller itself will sit nicely in that gap as well. Now, obviously it's not front and centre in the room, but you know, we're beyond the point of being able to have things front and centre. I think that angle is really giving it enough that you can see it now. So if you stand here, you get a real good shot of that nice red console. The controller will sit in that gap, as I say, and then just begins the red spine glory that is the PS3 Essentials collection. The only thing I've got to figure out is how I'm going to stop it from falling. So I've propped it up at the back to get the perfect height, but it's still falling forwards, which is why this game's here propping it up. I'm probably going to try and put a bit of trunk in there. If I put a bit of trunk in sort of roughly there behind the console, that might keep it in place and stop it from sliding out. So that's the next job, just to figure that out, and then we can move all the PS3 Essentials along. Boom! There is seemingly no limit as to what trunking can do in the games room. That's now sat at the perfect angle. Really happy with how that's come together. Yeah, let's get these all sorted out. That took a lot longer than I expected it would, but I'm blown away with the results. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So the sea of red now flows further than it ever has done before. As I say, all the new games have been added, and yeah, it's crazy how much difference just changing the angle of the PS3 has made. The shadow looks more severe on camera than it does in real life, actually. When you come in this corner now, the red really pops, and yeah, absolutely delighted with that. And that's another job ticked off the list. Okay, so it is get the sign on the wall day. Father-in-law's here to help. So Kev's made this as easy as possible, really. He's even made this backing for me. So we've got it now into the exact position where it's going to go. So we've just got to now sort of attach it, put the spacers in. It's pretty much a one-person job. It's just simply because there's quite a lot of weight to the sign itself. And because of this unit, you have to lean across. So yeah, it's going to be a lot easier with two, given the weight and the fact that I say you're going to have to stretch to get it on the wall. So yeah, we're going to crack on now. I'll film what I can, but hopefully I'll be able to show you guys a fully functioning in-place light in no time. Okay, so that's the screws removed. Lift him up. So there we can see all the workings, and then this is what forms not only the light that shines through there, but also this is backlit as well. So we're going to get that nice glow. Yeah, I'm starting to see all the work that's gone into this. Okay, so what is supposed to be a summer's day here in the UK. Next job is to get these bad boys put up on the Ghetto gym fence. We're going to start with Ryu. We're going to probably affix it to these posts. Just a couple of screws should do the job. They will get taken off soon because I want to repaint this fence this year. Operation Ghetto Gym is going to be well underway in a couple of weeks. As soon as this weather gets better, that is. You can already see all these weeds have come back up. So yeah, as soon as the weather's better, we've got more plans, but whilst father-in-law's here, we'll take use of his better drill and get these on the wall. Okay, it's the next day. I was hoping by giving it another day, I'd be able to come out here and show you the gym area in all its glory and bright sunshine, but should have known better. It's just as great and miserable today, but the Street Fighter characters are on the fence and they are looking great, so let's take a look. So here they are. They look absolutely fantastic. So we've got Ryu and Sagat, so my two favourite Street Fighter characters, of course. And yeah, I spent a lot of time picking the artwork. I wanted them to match, but equally I wanted them to fit the fence right. These are from Street Fighter 4, which, aside from sort of like the Alpha series, it's some of the best artwork, but you've also got to find a good enough quality picture to be able to blow the pictures up to this size without losing too much fidelity. So I think I chose really well, really happy with it. I'm debating whether to get another one in the middle but it might be overkill, so let me know in the comment section what you think. But yeah, I've kind of done it the wrong way around. These are kind of the finishing touches, really. I've got big plans for the Ghetto gym this year, and these are sort of the icing on the cake before the cake's been baked, if you like, because I'm going to take them off because I'm going to repaint all the fence, all the floors getting redone. We're going to have new equipment. Yeah, I'm really excited about getting the gym up to scratch this year, but yeah, I couldn't be happier with these. And as good as they look, that is nothing compared to how good that logo and light looks. I'm not lying, when I put it up, I must have spent best part of an hour in here just walking around looking at it. I absolutely love it. But before I show you, I want to get the rest of the room perfect, and there's lots of things we need to get done, lots of things that need putting away. So I think before I show you the logo light, we need a
montage.
Right, okay, so what was a few minutes of a montage for you was genuinely pretty much all day for me. That's where we're at now with this room. Every action has so many reactions, and there was a lot of tough stickers to get off a lot of pieces of cardboard, and a lot of hard decisions to make in this room. Before I show you guys the logo light, I'm going to have a quick look at the changes that we've made. And yeah, then I'll be able to show you everything in all its glory. So obviously you've already seen the changes down here with the PS3 Essentials. Hagar's found himself a new home. He fits really nicely in there. Yeah, pretty much at full capacity with the Xbox 360 area. I sold a couple of pieces, so the large Lord of the Rings War of the North that was down there, and the Aliens Isolation, is it? Special edition that I got on Saturdays. Guys, I told you guys it's been a long day. That I got at Saturday's Doncaster Game Fair. I've sold both of those in the Ghetto Gang, and the reason is I've got a very, very special, fingers crossed, Xbox 360 Collector's Edition coming via a CX lottery, which hopefully you guys will be seeing on Wednesday. I'll put that Killzone helmet there just for now, just to fill that space. But like I say, something very special is going there very soon. What else have we done? Yeah, most of the Super Nintendo wall. So, I've counted, I've done the full count. We are over halfway, which is a great milestone. Really happy to achieve that. Something I wanted to achieve in 2024, and we've done it, you know, we're not even halfway into the year yet. So I've got 274 Super Nintendo games, minus 4 of which are just variants. Takes us to 270. There's 530 in the set, so we're 5 over halfway. So yeah, really happy about that. That's a bit of a momentous milestone. A lot of people told me that the full set was unobtainable, and don't get me wrong, we're nowhere near it. There's a lot of heavy hitters still to get, but for me personally, getting over halfway is a big achievement. But what it does mean is that we've filled this whole area here. At the moment, I'm just about perched on using the VHS tower, just about to keep myself in line. But yeah, I'm going to figure something out. I think I've got a loose plan for what we're going to do for the rest of the Super Nintendo set, but we'll get to that on another vlog. Ignore this. This is something I just gave away on the Ghetto Gang Discord. I've been doing a lot of giveaways on there. Somebody had to guess my childhood phobia. So basically, what movie scared me as a kid. Somebody got it right, so I'm going to be sending that to them tomorrow. But yes, that is pretty much all the changes I can show you before I show you this logo. So let's get it done. Right, okay, so you can't see me, but I feel like the best way for me to do it is to switch this on so you can see it light up in all its glory. So let's go. Feels like National Lampoon's vacation. Let's just do it. I really hope that the camera is picking that up in all its glory, because it's unbelievable. Let's take a look. It's probably not, but I'll see if we can get it to focus better. This thing is, yeah, it's unreal, but it's just trying to find the right light to show it. It's not popping, the greens aren't popping enough. I'll show you some different lights momentarily, but like you say, we put spacers on it so that you can really get that backlit effect from it. Let's try some different lighting options. We'll put that on. Maybe that on down there as well. So yeah, now you can see it a bit better. Still not showing up in all its glory. It's a difficult thing to, there's so many different lights and stuff in here, but I mean, I hope you can see it enough to see that it is it's one of my favourite things in this room. I absolutely love it. I just, yeah, it's just, it couldn't be any better. Massive, massive shout out to Kev for this one. And because of this bit here, you can't really see the wire either, and it serves as a double purpose, because when I film my mainline Wednesday episodes and I sit here, I usually have to set up like a ring light and everything over here, but this is so bright, I probably won't have to do that now. This will probably give off enough light with my camera set in front of it. But yeah, I'll be able to do that, and the room is, yeah, you already know, guys, it's looking better than ever. That was very much the objective. It's taken me all day to get to this point. Because I've added new things, I've had to take some things away. I don't want the room to be over cluttered. You know, it's something that I'm really conscious of not becoming. So a couple of things I've moved. The shield that used to sit behind Kratos on the throne, that's gone. It felt like there was too much big dark things on the wall. When that's not lit up, obviously it's like, you know, it's black effectively, so it's quite dark. It just felt like there was a little too much stuff on there, so I took the shield away. Also, we've got Ryu and Sagat down here. They need a forever home. Again, it looked too cluttered over there now with those there, so they've had to be moved. Yeah, and just a couple of other things, little bits and bobs and toys and trinkets that have just basically cleared the room to make it what it is right now. Everything's neat, everything's tidy, everything's got a home, which is exactly how we want it. I'm delighted, I'm tired. It's been a very long day, but yeah, couldn't be happier with this. And I just want to say before I call it a night, it's not just how great this looks, it's also that two genuine friends that I've met through YouTube, Theo, who designed the logo, and Kev, who obviously built it. Yeah, like a real collaborative effort. It just makes it mean, you know, that much more. So yeah, massive shout out to both Theo and Kev. I feel very blessed to have friends that are so talented and that are generous enough with their time to help me out with things like this. I never would have been able to design this. I never would have been able to make this, that's for sure. And yeah, massive shout out to both of them. And it's much appreciated. And I'm going to chill out tonight now. I think I've earned that right. It's been a very, very long day in this room. I'm going to put my feet up, might play a bit of a games, and I'll check you guys in the morning. In a bit. Good morning! And when I say good morning, what I really mean is very good morning. I've just had a phone call that I've been waiting years for. So, a friend of mine who is an avid gamer, but not so much a collector. He's amassed a collection throughout years just due to being a gamer and buying physical media. He's been telling me for years that he's got this box of stuff hidden away in his loft, and he's told me one or two items that he can remember that are in it, and they're things that I've been hunting for many, many years. Well, he's moving house, and he's finally pulled this box out, and he said, look, it's here right now, come and grab it. So, I'm not hesitating, I'm not hanging about, let's go. Okay, so we have arrived at my friend's house, and he's put a little pile together of stuff I might be interested in. Well, any interest in a Tracy Island? Let's have a look. Where's the... here is some Nintendo goodness. Oh, wow. It's not something you see every day. Flashing eyes and electro-blasting noises. Oh, nice. Wow, that was better than I could have expected. I was not, aware as to what was going to be in that box. Like I say, I knew one or two pieces, but this was beyond any expectation I had. He didn't even want any money. I had to force him to take some money. But yeah, I'm going to get back, go through all this stuff. Like I say, it's been sat in a loft for years. A lot of it's filthy. It's going to need a good clean. And then we're going to break it down. We're going to go through everything that's in this box because there's some absolute gold in here. That is, yeah, I'm elated, man. Let's go. Right, kettle on, let's clean this little. Right, well, there's worse ways to spend a morning than drinking tea and digging through a box full of Nintendo gold, and there's a lot of gold, let me tell you. So I've cleaned it all, I've researched it all, and now I'm going to show you guys pretty much everything. I've broke it down into different sections. It's going to keep getting better and better and better. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're going to start with just basically the dregs. This is just the stuff that's just left in the bottom of the box. Nothing too exciting. Couple of Pez dispensers. Random Nintendo Wii Mario Kart wallet, couple of plushies, and yeah, just random bits and bobs, key rings, and yeah, just stuff that wasn't really worth getting at. Wii Sports Resort Frisbee. And then, I assume this is all Gashapon. I've been through some of this. Some of these are very cool. I love old school Nintendo stuff. I don't collect the new stuff, but some of the funky looking stuff, I mean, look at that. I absolutely love things like that. I don't know what it is about it. Look at this Luigi, sorry. Oh man, there's so many of these. Like I said, I'm sure these are gachapon. There's a lot of like these hollow ones. But yeah, I just love derpy, weird looking old Nintendo stuff. So much interesting stuff in here. But yeah, just loads and loads of these. Loads of old school looking Mario. This one's pretty cool, look at that. I mean, you know it's just Mario Galaxy just by looking at the pose. So that's something we might be able to sit on a shelf, maybe. Maybe not. He's got other ideas. But yeah, just so much really interesting little pieces that I'm going to probably put in the room. I mean, how cool is that? Wind Waker Link. Yeah, just loads of... Look at that. Look at that. I think this is where I'm at as a collector, right? The weird stuff like this is what I love. Just, yeah, so many little cool random things that I'm going to display, but we'll get to what I'm going to do with all this stuff at the end. But yeah, that was just basically the first thing I wanted to show you. Now we're going to move on to the stuff that I found quite interesting. So the stuff that I thought was worth researching, the stuff that there might be some value in. So yeah, let's get into that. So first of all, I think you probably saw this. This was the first thing that I saw when I opened the box. So this is a bike blaster. Flashing eyes and 8 electro blasting noises. Really cool to still be on the blister pack. This is from 1992. Didn't have as much value as I thought it would. This sells for about £40 on eBay, so this is something you'd put on your handlebars, look, with a couple of batteries in it. Be interesting to see if it still works. But obviously, when something survives, it's 1992. So yeah, long time ago, and as you can see, there's a bit of pen there that says £1, so somebody bought this for £1 back in the day. I could probably get that off if I tried, but everything's just had a quick loose clean, a quick polish. But yeah, to see something from 1992 still on the blister pack, I think that's very, very cool. And as I say, I'm going to run through the values of these things just out of intrigue. I'm not planning on selling any of this. It's just, yeah, just thought it'd be interesting to have a look. This is pretty cool. So this is like a promo from the Ocarina of Time 3D. This is an ocarina. Not that I'll be trying to play it. These sell for about 10 quid on eBay. This is very cool. There's actually more value in this than I thought there would be. This is, there's one listed for £40 and there's one sold for 30, but with the game. So this is from Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, which I believe is the Wii game, right? Nice little Dunlop Mario Golf ball. Ignore the pen on my hands, by the way. I've been drawing with Little Man and stuff. But yeah, very cool. Just, I love little niche display pieces like this. Absolutely love it. And anything with Nintendo on it, I'm all over it. This next one is very interesting. Not something I knew much about. So this is the one thing of everything in the boxes that my friend Jake, who gave me this stuff, mentioned to me. So these are what are known as Hanafuda cards. So I think this is what Nintendo originally made. Nintendo famously made cards way back when they first started the company. These are a remake, obviously. These are from 2010. These are brand new, sealed, never been touched. And there's sold listings of these in America for the equivalent of £66. I don't even know if that was sealed. So yeah, some nice value in there. Again, just a really cool little display to have. But this is what I love, right? I'm at that stage now with my game room, being so much stuff in here, to have little display things like this, fantastic. But yeah, £66 sold on that. So nice. This next one really made me laugh. This is from 1992. It's a keyring. I don't know if you see the information on the bottom. But I mean, there's... I don't think they'd make that in this day and age, right? I don't know, it just looks a little bit off. But again, anything this old and Mario, I love it. 1992 keyring. These are on eBay for about £15. So if you want one of them, you can probably find yourself one. And another example of... There's a lot of this stuff knocking about. It says on it... what does it say on it? Subarado. I had a look. I think it must be a Japanese toy company that make a lot of the Nintendo stuff. I saw some boxed versions of this. There's actually sold ones of this for $75. So it's from like around the Mario Galaxy era, 2008. Does it say? So hard to see some of these. But yeah, like I say, there's money in this stuff. One of these sold for $75 with a little boot accessory, I think it had. But just very cool. Again, when you look at it, you know straight away it's not modern Mario. Just think it's fantastic. That'll be going on display somewhere in the room as well. And then we move on to, let's have a look at these. So there's 3 sets of cards. Didn't expect there to be any value or anything in these, but there's roughly sort of 50 quid value potentially in these 3 packs of cards. There's not much value in this one. That's like £10 or so. Melee sells for about £10 to £15. But this one, these Zelda combat cards, these sell from like £20 to £30. So yeah, potentially up to 50 quid, probably closer to £40 in value for those 3 decks of cards. And like most things in here, once they've had a clean from all the dust and everything, in really nice condition. Then we got the Twilight Princess figures up here. Managed to piece together them all. I spent a lot of time fishing around the box for little pieces and swords and stuff and researching and putting everything together. So from what I saw, these are gachapon from the research that I did. And yeah, there's probably £40 value there in these 3 figures. Somebody sold these for, I think, £40 or so on eBay sold listings. So yeah, I thought it was really interesting because that's the exact pose of the life-size Link that I got rid of way back when. So yeah, just real interesting and cool pieces. And that is all the sort of like mid-range decent stuff that I thought was worth looking at. Now we're going to take a look at the very cool stuff. Okay, so what I have here is some figures from the 1999 Mario Kart 64 toy line, made by Toy Biz. Really, really nice figures, really well put together. And yeah, you should see on the bottom, 1999 Toy Biz. And what's rare about these is that they've got the accessories. So they have these things here, and now these fire out. If I pulled this back and let it go, it would go on its own, and that would come firing out. They're really cool toys. I'm just very conscious of sort of how old they are. I don't want to be messing about with these and the mechanics of them too much and pulling them back and firing bits off them. And yeah, I've accidentally did it a few times whilst I was cleaning them. I know they work. It's just a fantastic piece. So that's the Mario one. That one sells for roughly £50. And then I also, in here, had the Luigi one. This one is seemingly a little bit rarer, as you would imagine. Most people would have bought the Mario one, right? So the Luigi one's roughly about £50, and you can see they're even complete with like seat belts and everything. Really nice toys, really nice figures. And I say, once I clean them up, they're in nice condition. And this one's accessories on the back. So again, once you pull this back and let it go, what would happen is the mushroom would go flying backwards. So that's very cool. And this next one is super rare. I think probably the rarest of the set. I think there's 5 in total, but I've sort of got 3 of them. I don't know if it's worth this, but one sold for £300 with less accessories. But it was £300 all best offer, so obviously I don't know exactly what that was. But that is this guy. Look how cool this is. So this is the Donkey Kong version. Very rare from the information I could garner online. Such an amazing figure in itself. And again, complete. You've got the seatbelt, and you've got double accessories on this one. So you've got the front banana, which obviously would fly forwards, and then you've got this trail of bananas, which obviously would drop from behind, as in the game. But yeah, all I could find on this was one sold listing of £300, but it was an all best offer. So I don't know, but a very rare piece, and very happy to have these in the collection. These are fantastic. I've previously found some Mario Kart toys, found some at toy fairs, but I think they've been more from the GameCube era. I've never found any this old and this cool. I think there's 5 in total. I think there's also a Wario and a Yoshi. Now, there was a full set boxed, listed online for £7,000. I mean, good luck to you. Somebody found a set of 4 for 50 quid. Unbelievable. I looked at it, I thought, no way. It wasn't bid. Somebody had just listed 4 for £50. So somebody had massively undervalued him. So good luck to whoever it was that found 4 of these for 50 quid on a bite now. But yeah, fantastic eBay find that was. But really, really happy with those. Great pieces for the collection. And now we're going to get to my favourite bits. So if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, I'm sure you've seen this guy knocking about in the games room. This is one of my favourite toys. One of the earliest Link toys that there is. from the Ocarina of Time. This is by a company called Joyride Studios, a very well respected sought after company. All the sort of toys they put out are now worth money. They did a line of Sonic Adventures, they did Halo figures, and yeah, at this point they're all worth quite a lot of money and they're quite sought after. However, they did this line that was in conjunction with Nintendo Power. They released a total of, I think it was 5 figures. One of them was a variant that only had like a very limited release of like 500. So I kind of count them as 5 figures rather than 6. I already own this guy. And in this box was 2 others, and they are so cool. Check this out. So this is Luigi from the Luigi's Mansion, the original GameCube release. Look how cool this is. Such a cool figure. It's got the... you can even see like the innards of the ghost. All of this can come apart. It's all like you can pose it all, move the limbs and everything. But yeah, just an amazing, amazing piece, and something I've been aware of but I've never seen. These are sort of things that you only ever see boxed. I think they're sort of things that people just bought as collectibles and kept boxed. Very hard to find a price on these kind of things. There's only ever 2 prices that I've been able to find. One was listed for £600, one was listed for £440, but again, they were both boxed. So yeah, read into that what you will. I'm not saying they're worth that. I'm not saying I'd pay it, but it just goes to show you how rare these have become, how sought after they are. These were released in 2002, so they're getting very hard to find, and perfect for me to find them in this condition because I'm not a boxed collector. So for me to find them like this, to be able to display them in my room, yeah, just absolutely made up with it. And yeah, I've got one last thing to show you. This is the thing that I've been hunting for years. So as cool as all that stuff is, all of this was trumped for me by this next piece. This is something I saw online, I'd guess about 5-6 years ago. Ever since then, I've been hunting for it. I've had a saved search on eBay. They never come up. At the moment, there's none listed, none sold. I used to see them a couple of years ago every now and again, but they'd always be ridiculously expensive because they would always be boxed. I've never seen one loose until now. The last boxed prices I found going through the trawls of the internet was £400 and £320. I'd always hoped that one day one would pop up on my eBay save search randomly, someone wasn't sure what they had, or I find it digging for a box at a toy fair. Never had any such joy. Now I finally have it, and I have it loose. It's smaller than I thought, but I would happily have paid a lot of money for this figure alone, and yeah, let's take a look. So here it is. This is Joyride Studios 2002 Nintendo Power exclusive release, Mario, Yoshi, and the Flood Pack. I mean, I can't really explain why I love it as much as I do. Hopefully some of you guys are watching it and you get it as well, because I mean, look at it. It's a thing of beauty. It's very rare you see figures from this era. You don't see many Mario Sunshine toys at all. I've never seen any in person that have the Flood Pack. This all does come apart and everything. I took it all apart to clean it because this was all covered in sort of like years of dirt and dust. And this has been probably my number one wanted like toy video game accessory for many, many years. It's one of them things that I've never spoke about on the channel. Similar to what I said about this gangster line when I recently completed that there are certain things I don't talk about because I just don't want to put more people's saved searches on eBay. But yeah, I can't tell you how happy I am to have this in my collection. In my head, it was like this big. I don't know if it's just because of the value of it over the years. I assumed it was massive, but it's the perfect size for this room, perfect size for me. Let me know in the comment section if you love this as much as I do, or if I'm alone on it. But I don't really care. I absolutely love it. We've got so many amazing Nintendo accessories now that we can put in this room and find a home for. And yeah, we'll probably get to all that on next week's vlog. But massive shout out to my friend Jake on all this stuff. Yeah, he's just happy it's gone to a good home. And I'm happy to be that good home. I'm just looking around the room now as to where I'm going to put these things, and I'm in disbelief. There's like £1,000 worth of Nintendo gold here, and some of this stuff I've been after for so many years. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. Part of me wants to get it placed in the room now, but I know I haven't got the time. I spent all day in here yesterday doing this stuff, right? I can't stop moving everything around again. In fact, that is going to do it for this week's Ghetto vlog. If you remember, right back at the start of this vlog, feels like a long time ago now, I said the objective was simple, to make this room look better than ever, and I definitely think we achieved that. But not only that, I've got all this new stuff to add, which, yeah, I couldn't have even imagined adding to my collection at the beginning of the week. So next week, we'll find a home for all that, and look what's arrived. Cast your mind back to when I mentioned about that very special Xbox 360 Collector's Edition. I am itching to get this opened. So join me for a CEX lottery and so much more on Wednesday. Also, I have got to go and edit and get the draw done for the PS3 Essentials giveaway, so don't forget again. For you guys, though, you'll be seeing the winner on screen now. Congratulations to the winner. If it wasn't yourself that won, don't worry, there will be another giveaway of PS3 Essentials coming very soon to the channel, as well as an exclusive one that I'll be doing over on the Ghetto Gang. There'll be a link below if you want to get involved and join the Ghetto Gang Discord. But yeah, as always, thank you to everybody that's taken the time to watch this far. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you on Wednesday. Play your games, keep it retro, in a bit.
You're watching the Retro Ghetto.
Ghetto.
Ghetto!
Yeah.
Lock into the retro ghetto. Come on,